Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to create a deconstruction video so you can see what's going on in the control panel of the new Arcade1up machines. This is the Wave 2 Mortal Kombat control panel. So to get this thing off, there's a plastic cover on it like that. What you're going to do is you're going to unscrew these 3 screws at the bottom and these 3 screws on the top. And then once you do that, this just simply comes off. And there you go. So now you have access to the control panel. So at first glance, what I noticed was it looks like the encoder board has changed a bit, where it looks like they're standardizing on a controller board that will be used for all machines. So before it seemed like they had machine-specific encoder boards. It looks like that's no longer the case. If you look a little closer too, there's interesting etchings, or not etchings, but there's interesting piece of this that I noticed is that there's a speaker 1 connection, and right below it, I don't know if you can see that, let me turn it this way. Right, there's a speaker 1 connection, and right below that, there's a speaker 2 connection. It's like speaker and speaker 1. So my guess is that there will be future machines that maybe have 2 speakers. Again, that's me speculating a bit, but that's what I would guess. There's the joystick they've included on the Wave 2 cabinet. I didn't have a Wave 1 cabinet joystick to compare it to, but I've taken enough of these out to realize that they've definitely upgraded the micro switches and they've used a better quality joystick. Now this is definitely some kind of clone, but it's better than what we had. So for comparison, this is a Sanwa. So that's what a Sanwa looks like. You can tell, obviously much higher quality. You can also see the micro switches are much higher quality. And you'll see there's the sound. It's very, very tight. Not too tight, but it's tight so that the joystick it's easier to pull off moves with a joystick like this. But anyways, and it has an adjustable restrictor gate for various different types of games. You'll also notice that, and sorry, this one came out of a running cabinet that I had, so it pulled off some stuff. But you'll also notice the bat top is a little higher quality. It's got this little grip, so you can grip this with pliers and tighten the bat top down really tight so it won't loosen. I know we've had some issues like that, and you can hear it. Awesome sounding joystick. So this is actually a Sanwa original. I just wanted you to see that, yes, the Arcade1up joystick is upgraded, but it's not quite Sanwa. So if you're really into fighting games and you want the best possible experience, I suggest a Sanwa joystick like this. There's a couple different ones on the market, depending on what you like. So just kind of wanted to show you guys that. So as far as the buttons go, the buttons have been upgraded as well. And I haven't seen a machine to see which ones, why they're clicky buttons and why they're not. That's all about the micro switch that's used. But I did notice that they did a much better job connecting all these connections from the encoder board to the buttons. On Wave 1, these were glued. I don't know why, but they were glued on. So, I don't know, someone with the Wave 1 cabinets from a manufacturing perspective got really excited with the glue, so there tends to be glue all over the place. But this looks much cleaner. I did notice though, so 2 of my connections right here were actually loose. Now, I didn't notice any problems in gameplay, but you know, if for some reason you get your Arcade1up and some of the buttons are not responding on the joystick, take this cover off and make sure every single one of these connections is really tight. I can kind of see how maybe in quality, you know, in the quality checks someone missed that, but you know, it's kind of unacceptable, but at the same time, if it happens to you, that's an easy fix. Also, you might want to check all these button connections and make sure they're connected properly. The reason why I like this wiring is this would make it easy to upgrade to Sanwa buttons because they have these same connections. So if you wanted to upgrade to a Sanwa button, you could do that pretty easily and maintain the stock encoder board and the stock system. Now, if you did the joystick, you're going to have to do a little bit more because obviously, if you're going to connect those connections to this, you're going to need to, you know, potentially solder them to these new points, or you could kind of strip these ends and put the right connector types on for this, but that's up to you. It's a little bit more work. So that's kind of all I wanted to show you guys. I just wanted to show you that you know, the back of this has been improved. It'd be easier for you to upgrade the buttons if you wanted to, and button upgrades aren't very expensive. So if you felt like the buttons weren't as responsive, I feel like the joystick does a decent job. I don't know if I'd touch that unless you're a hardcore fighting game fan and you know, you'd rather have something that's going to be higher quality. The speaker appears to be the same, so, you know, it sounds decent. I mean, it's not a great speaker, but it actually surprisingly sounds pretty good. And I'm thinking, because of, it must be engineered to be inside, you know, a box, because it actually sounds pretty good when the cover is on the Arcade1up system. And I bet it uses the cabinet a bit for an enclosure as well, so it appears to give it a little bit more bass response. So anyways, that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you that really quick. I realize this is a quick video. I wanted to give you a glance of what's inside. I did notice, you know, these micro switches, they're just some kind of reverse engineered, you know, China brand micro switch. But, you know, it plays pretty well for what it is. But if you feel the need to upgrade this, it's pretty simple, and I'm gonna have a future video that shows you how to do this with minimal effort. So thanks, guys, for joining. Hopefully this was helpful. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the support, and we'll see you on the next one.